welcome to Scaling Up with Laura. Can you imagine we're here? Today is September 9, 2023. It's a Tuesday, and this story started on July 1st, 2023. Look how far we've come. I want to start by apologizing because I've been quiet. I told you in the beginning, I am one busy person. There's so much going on, like so much that I didn't want you to feel like I've just abandoned you. No updates, but the updates. So this time around, the updates are different from what you would expect. The updates now are lifestyle changes. The lifestyle changes. So I met my doctor. I told you, I know I had mentioned in a video that I was going to go see my doctor. I went and met my doctor. You remember that I had surgery in Mexico against medical advice. Not recommending, it's just my story. Remember, this is a blog that I hope that I can look back when I'm down and see how far I've come and see the progress and connect with anybody who is going through this. So this is my story. So I went to Mexico and had surgery, the vertical sleeve gastrectomy, VSG. And as we're talking now, I had surgery on July 1st. As we're talking now, I've lost 34 pounds, 34 point couple pounds. So I met with him. He was so excited. Like, who would have expected? It's like, I really like when patients advocate for themselves. I knew what I needed. I knew what my problem was. He had recommended going for physical activities, running. Trust me, I spent a lot of money buying tea, spent a lot of money registering in boot camps and all that, but it didn't work. I just went back to my old ways because I had a food problem. And where I am now, I am back to eating regular food. So the food you will eat, I will eat. But you know what? Because I lost 80% of my stomach, I don't have the capacity to eat as much as I did. And my brain is still not recording things right because I still, when I put food on my plate, I still overput. But I'm like, oh no, this is small, because I'm thinking of what I used to consume. I'm like, this is small, and then boom, I can't. So I'm having help. Remember, this is a tool. It doesn't mean that if I just go back to my old ways, yeah, I will expand and expand and expand and get back there. Yes, just so you know, this surgery is in the end. It's just a tool to get you to that place where you want to be. And I know people, I know I've mentioned here again, I'm just mentioning in case you haven't watched the other videos. A lot of people go back for revision. There are people who leave from sleeve to the bypass and then the RNY, and there's that continuous revision. There's a problem somewhere. So I'm sorry, I don't have my earrings on. I had to just jump on to work this morning. So it's about lifestyle changes. So what is my present routine? I walk my kids to school. The school is not very far from the house. When I walk them there, I just continue. I found a track that I just take through, and then I cover 2.4 miles in the morning. And then in the evening when the sun goes down, it's getting cooler here in Texas. When the sun goes down, I do that turn again. So by the end of the day, I do 5.4 miles. So I used to do walking. Now I run. Nobody told me to run. Seriously, I'm just full of energy. So I just run like a couple of yards, a couple of meters. And then when I get there, I walk a little, catch my breath, and run again. I just found myself just wanting to do more, just wanting to continue burn. I know I posted some pictures and people have commented, oh my goodness, your neck is looking longer. That's good news, right? Not as wrapped as it used to be. And I tell you, I'm full of energy. There are clothes that I had, oh my goodness, it's hot though, it's hot. There are clothes that I had kept off because they couldn't fit. I'm just sliding into them now, and it feels good. I should tell you, it feels good. So if you look at this blouse right here, this is why I took this picture, this blouse. I haven't worn this blouse in about a year. So you see this, but I hadn't worn it in a year. The picture I took, the blouse I have in this picture, I worn it only a year. What am I saying? more than a year because I didn't fit, but I just liked it. So I was so happy that this weekend I was able to wear it. And still struggling with water, honestly, still struggling with water. And I know I had given a link to my Peloton. Those of you who are following on Peloton, hey, this girl have not climbed on Peloton for a while. Oh. No excuses. Again, this is accountability. No excuses. I'm walking, but I need to get back on my routine with the Peloton bike riding. So I got this water bottle, this flask. I got this flask. The good thing about this flask is there's no condensation. So when I put the water here, if I'm on my table and I'm working, even there are papers around, it stays cold. It really does stay cold. I got it on Amazon. I cannot remember what particular one it is, but if you look at it, just look for a flask that does have condensation. Again, remember I told you I track everything on the bariatric app. Water has always been my problem. I've told people I struggle with water. Honestly, if I were up to date with my water, I would have lost a lot of weight, because talking the checks that I've been having with my medical team, the team that did surgery, they still struggle with water. And then now the problem has changed. I have so much energy now that I don't sleep. I sleep only 4 hours a day. So even when I get on bed, sometimes I'm just hitting my husband. I'm like, for no reason, no. The poor girl will be sleeping. Like, why is he sleeping and I cannot sleep? Yeah. So why is he sleeping and I cannot sleep? So I'm struggling with sleep. So those are the two things I already know. If I work on, if I get at least 8 hours of sleep, I have to incorporate naps somewhere. And I get my 64 ounces of water. That's half a gallon. 64 ounces or more. I'm good. But what has actually survived me so far, again, I'm not branding anything. I'm just showing you what works for me and showing my future self what I did. It's coconut water. Any brand, so long as it's coconut water, it has worked for me, because the caloric, you see, is pretty low on calories. It has 45 calories, and it's 33.8 fluid ounces. When I take this and then I take my 3 containers of protein shakes, I'm good to go. So talking about the protein shakes, I kind of stepped back on the protein shakes because I was trying to claim girls like, okay, I'll get my protein from my fish and all that, but it has not been easy. It has not been easy. So again, the target for my protein intake is at least 90 ounces, 90 grams in 24 hours. So at least 90 grams in 24 hours. So that already puts me, if I go the protein shake way, it's easier. I've also been introduced to protein powders. There are lots of protein powders out there. So I just make smoothies. But again, the way I read nutritional facts, now, I'm trying to do all the math. Low calories, high protein, low sugar, I'm doing all the math. So I'm just going to show you some of the other things that I've been surviving on. The bariatric app is good because when I just scan any of the barcodes, it tells me already what I can intake. I have a skill, because I make cakes, definitely I have skills of different grades, like skills that really measure, like really below 1 gram measurements and all that, because with cake baking, you have to really go down to those measurements. So now I actually measure. Now this is chicken breast chunks. You look here. This is what I'm looking for when I go to buy nutritional facts. It says in 3 ounces I can, in 3 ounces, which means that I will put their little chunks. Let me just get one here and show you just little chunks of chicken. I'm gonna just trash this one. So little chunks of chicken. When I measure them and I get 3 ounces, what I get from this is 1 gram of sugar, which is really good. That's really low sugar. 15 grams of protein. Remember, the protein is what I'm actually looking for. Other options I've been introduced to are these protein bites. So if you look at the protein bites, it has egg and vegetables just mixed in. Yeah, I can do these things, but again, your sister has not got time. So this morning protein bites, pretty easy. I can throw this in the air fryer and get this really fast. They are good snacks. And Okay, they have gluten-free protein bars. This one has 20 grams of protein. So if I were, let's say in a day, I didn't want to eat protein, to drink protein shakes, how many of these? Mathless. I should tell you that I have foundations of teaching, so I never miss a chance to teach. See me already doing maths, but I was an English language teacher, not a maths teacher, so please. Okay, back to this. So let's look at this. You have 20 grams of protein, 200 calories, and this other flavor has 20 grams of proteins, 190 calories. So which one do you think I'll go for more? Definitely this, because it has fewer calories but the same protein content. So that's the kind of thing I'm looking for. I try to stay below 1,000 calories, and about 90 and above grams of protein. So it's all about calculations. Everything I'm doing calculations and playing with my water. I flavor the water with the crystal lights. We talked about that. So that's what's been going on. And why I'm not coming with weekly updates, because again, remember, it's not just because I want to be on YouTube. It's all about the education. Not much has changed. So like I said, I'm back to regular food. So we've gone through the whole process of pre-op diets. We've gone through pre-op diet. We've gone through the liquid, clear liquid. We went to the liquid phase. We went to mashed. We went to soft, went to mechanical soft, and we're now back in food. So this is where the struggle begins. The tool has helped me make my choices. Now, when you give me a plate of food, what do I go first for? Do I go for the carbs or do I go for my proteins? What am I thinking of? That's how the weight's gonna fall off. And another thing my doctor emphasized, he said the mistake many people think about now is looking at the scale. You know what he told me? He said, Laura, take your scale and throw it over your fence. I'm like, what? He said, yes, throw that scale over the fence. Our target is not the weight loss. Our target is a lifestyle change. That was deep. Lifestyle change. So yes, I may or may not be giving you updates on my weight. I've already told you how much I've lost here, because again, there's that transition. We'll not just stop talking about our weight. Else we'll be pretending. And here we're keeping it real. So lifestyle change. So what he told me was, take this scale, throw it over there, because what I want you to do now is start making good food choices and start exercising. Get on weights. Haba, brother, get on weights. So he said, when I start lifting weights, what will happen? The fat will burn and I will build muscle, which means weight will not be playing. I will be shrinking, getting the right muscle. Yes, I will still be losing weight though. I'm not saying I will not lose weight. I'll still be losing weight. But now the focus is building muscle. Exercise some. Hey, talking about this, have any of you heard about the 75 hard challenge on TikTok? The 75 hard challenge. Can we start it? Can we challenge ourselves? Can you join me on that? 75 hard challenge. So Google it. You can check it on Google. You can check it on Instagram. You can check it on TikTok. I just fell on that, and I need people to join me in it. So I think there are just 7 rules of the 75 hard challenge. I haven't started it. So it's no alcohol for 75 days. You have to read a book, not a complete book. I think it's 10 pages. But again, we'll keep it real. We'll try. So if I read a book, no alcohol. You choose a diet, any diet of your choice. You can decide no sugar, no salt. They're not telling you which diet. Choose any diet and do it for 75 days. I don't want to give wrong information, but just Google the 75 hard challenge. Let's try that. What do you think of? I need companions, please. Comment. Are you joining me for 75 hard challenge? Then, depending on how it goes, we can see how we can connect and then do it. You know, this page is all about supporting everybody. Because I know there are people like me with food. Oh, now I'm cheating because I've taken a step ahead. It's not the easy way. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear the plane. Okay. I live 5 minutes drive from an airport. Like I literally live 5 minutes from an airport. So It's not uncommon to hear planes flying over the house and pretty low because they're just about landing. Okay, that aside, so 75 hard challenge. Hey guys, it's not only for women, no. It's also for women, and then it's also for men. And then part of that challenge is you have to do 2 exercises a day, and one of them must be outdoors, not inside. Jump rope, anything. I like this challenge because it's not very prescriptive. You just do it your way, and then guess what? You take 75 pictures. So every day, take a picture. We don't want to share pictures if we don't want to. I know some of us are private, our culture and all. Some of us are private, but that's okay. So I was just letting you know about that challenge. Lifestyle change. So what I want to talk about again here is our relationship with food. I'm of African descent. We grew up in that environment where when they dish food for you, when they put food on your plate, you have to finish. Brothers and sisters watching me, how many of us still do that with our kids? I was guilty. I'm just changing. That's why I'm sharing this information with you. You have to finish. A child will eat and say, Mama, I cannot eat again. You have to finish that kid. Some of us will even say there are children in Ethiopia who are starving. My Ethiopia brothers and sisters, we have suffered. We'll say there are children in Ethiopia who don't have food to eat. I wonder if when they don't finish that food, it lands in Ethiopia. I don't know how that connection ever happened, but I'm keeping it real. That's what we say. There's children in Ethiopia who don't have food to eat. Why are you not eating? You have to finish that food, and then we force the children to eat. Then when you eat, you say, drink that water, drink that cup of water. Not good though. That's how I found myself here I am now. Just eating and eating and eating and eating and grades are up. So now, lifestyle change is about looking back in retrospect. What are we changing? What are we taking away from this generation? What is we taking from this next generation? So for now, let's just change that aspect. Give the children no matter how small they are. Hey, sorry, I'm jumping all over. Your sister can be hungry. You know what? I'm hungry every 2 hours. I'm hungry every 2 hours. But I'll eat 3 tablespoons and I'm full. But after 2 hours, I'm hungry. That's why these bites are very important. And also, if I'm taking in my proteins, that already tells I'm not good with my proteins and my water. Because if I'm good with my protein and my water, I will not be hungry every 3 minutes. Trust me, every 2 hours, this girl is hungry. So if you see me snacking, don't think that it's that same Laura who was always eating. No, I'm trying to survive, but I cannot even eat it all. Okay, so just changing our relationship with food, and we have that opportunity with our kids, just changing how they see food. Yeah. How are we gonna go away without mentioning the elephants in the room? My haircut. So as I was walking this morning, I just thought of something. My mom always says because I have hair, I have like thick 4C hair, thick hair. I torture this hair. Today you will see it this color, tomorrow it will be blue, tomorrow it will be green, it will be this, but I'm trying to be responsible. You get what I'm saying? But there's something, I just noticed something about every time I cut my hair. Whenever I make some big decisions in my life, like really big decisions in my life, like I've looked back at every time I cut my hair. We're not going back to school days, right up until high school where we had no choice, but every time I cut my hair there was something big happening. I know definitely when I lost my dad, my hair went down. That's a tradition. When I went to some major schools, when I like big things happening in my personal life, some big decision, I had that tendency to cut my hair. So it was, I just made up my mind to cut my hair, and then now when I think back, I'm like, oh, it was because the way I look at it, if I have to explain why I cut my hair, I have been through the support of the tool in my head. Like, okay, now you're gonna drink liquids. Okay, now we're gonna eat mashed foods. We're gonna do the mashed potatoes. We're gonna do the, and then I'm in this phase where I can eat anything. I can drink anything. It's back to me. That's a major decision now. How do I go? So it's hard to explain, but it's just the way my brain works. It's just a major decision, and then the hair went off. I think I'm mourning the old me and facing the new me, and that's just where we are. That's just where we are. So that is it. Takeaway from this is change the relationship you have with food and with the kids. You must not eat to satiation, because think about it, they took away 80% of my stomach, 80% of my stomach, and I'm still surviving. I don't know if I look cranky, but I'm still surviving, which means I really just needed 20% of that stomach. But here we are. We will fill the 100% to capacity and then still go. Sometimes you will eat and then you cannot even walk. You're opening your palate. You are still eating because there is food. So that's gluttony. Sorry, I'm not saying it to be degrading. That's who I was. And I'm just supporting those who want to be supported. Open to criticism. Again, this is my story. And I'm sharing it with who wants to listen. So there's light at the end of the tunnel. There's light at the end of the tunnel for me. Regaining my health. Oh my goodness, I sleep. Whenever I actually sleep, I really sleep. I really sleep. It's now a norm for me when I look at my I don't joke now. There was a time when I never used to wear even my watch, my active watch. But now I'm looking at it. I have these reminders that tell me, hey, girl, wake up, move. You have been sitting down for too long. Because right now I work behind a desk. I'm sitting down a lot, small brain work. It just reminds me to walk. Sometimes I can just come downstairs, get water, go back. I'm more conscious. I'm connecting with all these tools I've always had. I didn't just get this watch. I've always had these tools, but I didn't use them. I didn't connect with those tools. So lifestyle change, throwing that skill away. So we will just be seeing how the thing is happening. We'll just be seeing how it's happening. And then maybe from time to time, we'll check that skill. Because we didn't throw it though. We just took it away from the bathroom. We just kept it a little bit far. So that's a little update. Laura and story. So that's where we are. That's the progress. And there won't be many changes monthly. So I cannot give you a promise on when the next video will be, but definitely, sorry, there won't be changes weekly, major changes weekly. But if anything comes up, anything I want to talk, I'll just be encouraging us on how our relationship with food is. If you have questions, I'll invite. I have lots of friends now. I've noticed a lot of my friends who are doing weight loss in different ways. If any of them is open to talk, if you're on here, you're willing to come on with me, I can give you the opportunity to share your experience. Because remember what I told you, I was seeing a lot of stories online, but they were not my story. They were not stories I could connect to. Stories with people in my background, people understood where I was coming from. So that's why I just thought I was filling in this gap. So please share this video to friends who may just have had the surgery, who may be thinking of having the surgery, who may just want to be educated. They have loved ones who want or who have had the surgery. And I'm open here for discussion. So we will be seeing soon. Just keep positive. Make sure you have your water by your side. Just stay hydrated. Loads of love. Be blessed. Thanks.